Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Good morning and welcome. Thank you. Excellent. At 9 a.m. even. Way to go. Way to go. Welcome to Convocation. My name is Dr. Wanda Costin, and I have the distinct honor and privilege of serving as the Provost and Vice President Academic here at Dalhousie University. Please be seated. At this time, I'd like to invite Elder Thomas Christmas to deliver the Mi'kmaq welcome.
What is it, Boo? Good morning. Wow, that's pretty good. I didn't even have to poke you or anything. But good morning. Waldaasi Bejidayo. Waldaasi Mujilotu. Waldaasi Jimsit Kigmana. May have done Glamas Utiju. Ahwaladio. Bachelor Puladio, Badandel Bejidayo. Dalhousie, kisit kwewulo. If I can ask you to stand, first and foremost, I should tell you what I just told you. I'm welcoming you to Mi'kmaq, the home of the Mi'kmaq. And I'm very glad that you're able to join us safe and sound, and that you will have a great time here in Halifax. Everybody's waiting for me to say, go to Costco. So don't be afraid to go Costco. But beware of those drivers out there, they're crazy. I'm from Cape Breton. And when I first moved down here, now I'm like them. Anyway, I'm going to say the opening prayer. Kisu kolaliak, kolaliak. Tidan tilias diemi tilmoidanin. Tiliborman and kigmana dan kagunam asutiju. I hold the asidan mujile yuguan. Dale yugubawan. Jupjuk sopedo garum dalayuk. A holade strategic look now get wishkuwa. A holdasi kick persona ejigaladuna. A holdas okay scrutiny mdaloti. Creator, I thank you for this beautiful day. There's got to be an end to this rain, Creator. And I think everybody will appreciate that. And the Creator, I thank the Creator for taking care of all of you, to be safe and sound here in Halifax. Albeit some of you might have the hair of a dog, but you're fine, you're fine. And before I end my little spiel here, I want to say something. Go, Oilers, go. Have a good day.
Please be seated. Thank you, Elder Christmas. Dalhousie University is located in Mi'kmaq, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Lenape. We are all treaty people. There are three key components to this statement. The first is the acknowledgement the land that Dalhousie sits on is part of Mi'kmaq, the territory of the Lenape. The second is the acknowledgement of the territory as both ancestral and unceded, recognizing that the peace and friendship treaties signed between the British Crown and the Mi'kmaq did not involve surrender of land. Finally, the phrase, "we are all treaty people," reminds us that these treaties apply to all of us, Indigenous and settlers alike. At Dalhousie, we continue to work and build on these critically important relationships and friendships and remain committed to the recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission report. We also recognize African Nova Scotians as distinct people whose histories, legacies, and contributions have enriched that part of Mi'kma'ki known as Nova Scotia for more than 400 years. We are deeply grateful to the Indigenous and African Nova Scotian faculty, staff, students, administrators, and elders who help guide our efforts, from pathways programs and admissions to curriculum and community partnerships. While we recognize there is still much more to do, we remain committed to a future grounded in equity and inclusive excellence. Today is a day of celebration. It is a celebration of endings and new beginnings. We invite you to share your joy and enthusiasm with your graduates throughout the ceremony. I'd now like to take a moment to introduce the stage party for today's ceremony. If you would please stand or raise a hand so that we can acknowledge you, I'd appreciate it. Elder Thomas Christmas. Dr. Rustam Southwell, Chancellor. Dr. Kim Brooks, President and Vice Chancellor. Dr. Louise Spiteri, Chair of Senate. Dr. Mike Smith, Dean, Faculty of Management. Aziz Brojang, Dalhousie Security Services and recipient of the Rosemary Gill Award and University Beadle for this ceremony. Dr. Frederick King, instructor with the Faculty of Management and our Convocation speaker. Grace Jeffries Aldridge, Vice President, People and Culture. On the stage today and in the audience are faculty and staff who've been instrumental in the success of today's graduates. I invite those faculty and staff who are with us today, whether they are on stage or in the audience, to please stand to be recognized as well. Please be seated. Before we begin, we have a little bit of housekeeping. We don't anticipate any emergencies, but in the event of an emergency at the end of both aisles here, you will find 2 green exit signs, just like on the plane. Exit that way. We don't anticipate any issues. I'd also like to note that if there's someone who needs a little quiet space, it does get a little loud and raucous, which we like. There's a space located 1 floor up in room 401. Please feel free whenever you'd like to visit that room. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the President and Vice Chancellor of Dalhousie University, Dr. Kim Brooks, to give the opening remarks.
Good morning. I offer a slightly different set of remarks. Well, they're totally different. Set of remarks for each faculty. This one's going to be a hard sell at 9 a.m. You know what I mean? So I'm going to ask something of you, so Good luck. All right, let's talk about Stan Rogers and the song Barrett's Privateers. Who knows the song? Just need to see what I'm in for here. All right, could be better. I'm going to get everyone on the same page here. The song is styled as a tragic ballad from the late 18th century. It tells the story of a young man lured into privateering by promises of gold and glory, only to face disaster on an ill-fated ship. It's got a powerful chorus. Feel me here, people. And vivid storytelling. The song captures themes of ambition, misjudged leadership, and bitter regret, all set against the backdrop of Nova Scotia's maritime heritage. If you don't know it, which is those of you who did not put up your hands, or those of you who thought about putting up your hands but then decided not to, but actually really know it, I insist that you not just learn it after the ceremony today, but that you learn the lyrics and that you belt them out somewhere in this province during your time here. Let me say one more thing as a parenthesis, really. When I was in grade 1, I joined the school choir. Mrs. Follis, who was the music teacher, heard me sing and instructed me to stand in the back row and mouth the words. That sounds a bit harsh by today's standards. Most people don't think it's a good idea to step on the dreams of a grade 1 child quite so directly, but you'll see shortly that Mrs. Follis was right, and she spared me a life of wondering whether I could have been a rock star. And as a result, I am grateful. A little direct feedback can be painful, but ultimately quite helpful. So let's get back to Stan Rogers. Oh, the year was 1778. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. Thanks, Leslie. Okay, I'm going to remind you of the words of the chorus. My grandmother would not excuse the required cursing, so I'm going to tailor the song slightly as a tribute to her, but if you sing it as it is, because that makes your heart glow, you go for it. I'm going to say it so that everyone's on the same page, then I'm going to sing it, and when we do it the second time and I get to the singing, if you feel like it, you can join me. Dosh Garn, Mrs. Follis, and her back row rules. Gosh darn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold, we'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. Okay, you ready? Gosh darn them all, I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold, we'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, last of Barrett's privateers. Stan Rogers wrote that sea shanty in 1976. It sounds like it's 200 years old. It feels like it comes straight from the salt and timber of Nova Scotia, and even now in this convocation moment, it connects us to a spirit that is local, enduring, and resonant. We are gathered to celebrate your graduation from Dalhousie's Faculty of Management, but we could just as easily say we've gathered to recognize a new crew ready to take to sea. Management is, after all, not just a job. It's a voyage, sometimes charted, sometimes stormy, and always shared. Stan Rogers understood something profound about ambition, risk, and consequence. His song isn't just a rollicking tale of a doomed mission. It's a lesson in expectations and ethics, leadership, and loss. It's about what happens when people are promised one thing and delivered another. The narrator in the song is told he's going to cruise the seas for American gold, but fire no guns and shed no tears. And yet here he is, a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. When purpose falters, when execution fails, when the crew isn't ready, when the systems aren't sound, the costs are paid by those who can least afford it. You graduates have studied how to avoid that fate. You have been trained to think critically across systems to connect finance and information, government function and private entrepreneurship, governance and innovation. You know that leadership means not just vision, but follow through, that systems need integrity, that metrics matter, and so do people. The breadth of your studies is not incidental, it is our strength, because the world needs you, and it needs fewer silos, it needs translators, bridge builders, collaborators, people who can look at a problem and see across it. Barrett's crew got it wrong. They signed up for gold and glory. They got disaster. But we remember the story because Stan Rogers sang it with empathy. He didn't just tell us what happened, he made us feel it too. That is what I hope you have learned with your time with us at Dalhousie, the capacity to connect. And here's what else Stan teaches us: place matters. He wrote songs that made you feel the Atlantic wind on your face, that called upon the dignity of working lives, that rooted experience in geography and community. He sang of sailors and farmers, steel workers and fishers, and in so doing, he reminded us that no one is too small for story, no effort too humble for song. You graduate into a world that needs rigor and imagination, that needs better business models and better narratives, that needs leaders who remember that every spreadsheet traces back to a human being. You have what it will take. You know how to evaluate ideas, not just chase them. You know how to bring people together to make something real. You understand that management is not about control, but stewardship. And I hope you know, too, that it's okay to feel uncertain, that leadership isn't a perfect chart. It's more like coastal navigation, tides, fog, and all. Stan Rogers died too young, just 33, but he was an Ontario boy who left an entire canon of music that continues to shape how we think about this region and about ourselves. He believed that songs could carry wisdom across generations, that art could be a form of leadership, that we are all responsible for telling the stories that guide us. So here's my invitation to you. Be the ones who get it right at least most of the time, who don't overpromise, who build with integrity, who value the crew, and who never lose sight of the shore you set out from. Class of 2025, may your voyages be bold, your leadership kind, and your song always strong enough to carry. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Brooks. This is an especially important day for me because this is my home faculty. So we're going to start the commencement of granting the degrees. So graduates, please stand. Chancellor Southwell, as Chair of the Senate of Dalhousie University, I ask you to confer degrees upon those candidates whose names have been approved by Senate.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in Dalhousie University, I admit to their respective degrees and diplomas with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, those candidates who have fulfilled the requirements of that degree and whose names have been approved by Senate. Admito vos ad gradum. Congratulations.
It wouldn't be faculty of management with the cowbells. Graduates, please be seated.
Graduates, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Whether it's your first time, which for most of you at this ceremony it will be, I want you to take the time to realize just how important this accomplishment is. As you come across the stage, I'll remind you that on this side you will greet your dean, who will connect you and give you a pen that welcomes you into the family of Dalhousie alumni. Family and friends, please feel free. This will be the best place to get a picture, so feel free to come down and take your pictures at that moment. At this point, I'd like to invite Dr. Mike Smith, Dean, Faculty of Management, and Ella McDonald, the orator and an alum of the Fountain School of Performing Arts, to present the candidates who are here today receiving degrees.
Chancellor Southwell, I am honored to present the following candidates on behalf of the Faculty of Management who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Cooperative. William Vance Acton. Abdullah Afifi. Ryanur Rayman Afnan. Athanasios Anagastopoulos. Lucas Michael Ankins, with distinction. Alex Philippe Andrade Pacheco. Ashley Nicole Andrade Pacheco, with distinction. Gabriel Thomas Beard Simpson. Emma Jane Begg, with distinction. Adam Lawrence Belitsky. Joshua Benjamin Blee. Drew Brady Bolivar, with distinction. Hannah Elizabeth Brown. Eric William Butler. Michael Robert Casey, with distinction. Mia Cantini, with distinction. Fiona Rosaria Capelli. Liam Joseph Kisari. Hannah Jane Colangelo, with distinction. Ethan Nicholas Lowe Cooper. Lexi Crooks Herden, with distinction. Aislinn Crosby. Georgia Crowley, with distinction. Lucas John Culhane. Teofil Camillo D'Angelo. Calantha Janice De Souza. Arend Duvall, with distinction. J.C. Rylan Deering, with distinction. Ruth Habtamu Desta, with distinction. Christopher Yanni Dismatsek. Kaylee Doggett. Michael Keith Doherty. Matthew Doman. Evan Reese Dumbrill. Jack William Durno, with distinction. Kareem Adel Ibrahim. Noah Kemp Edwards. Mustafa Yasser El Azraq, with distinction. Jonah Maunus Isayu. Benjamin Glenn Etzel. Lucas Von Facca. Colin Glynn Fahey. distinction. Bennett Michael John Farrow. Mitchell Philip Fawnin. Mackenzie Carmel Ferguson. Liam Shane Fernandez. Cameron Rosemary Dunning Fitzgerald, with distinction. Emma Flewelling. Sydney Margaret Fox. Matthew George Fraser. Victoria Grace Frozel. Sage Benjamin Fry. Scott Gates. Shatakshi Gamhir, with distinction. Alex Samuel Jelena. Evan Richard Gerard. Alexander Klein Gorab. Elizabeth Adine Grant. Kyle Griffith. Susanna Soares Guerrero. Shaila Raj Gupta, with distinction. Paige Julia Hagan, with distinction. Victoria Hamawi with distinction. Janam Harish with distinction. Jasmine Carol Harkness. Carter Robert Harris Fowle. Joshua Richard Hatfield. Lauren Gayla Hatton. Taylor Michelle Hurd with distinction. Matthew Hodson. Julia Erin Howard. Vanessa Gammon Hoy. Stephanie Tan Ignacio. Nazrick Jansen. Leo Gustav Jeffries. Xu Ji. Aiden Jiwa. Era Johnson with distinction. Noah David Johnston with distinction. Tanner David Jones. Ellie Judson with distinction. James Christopher Kennedy Cox. Bradford Michael Killian. Daniel James Klein. Akshat Kaushik. Christopher Robert Kitson. Alexander Neen. Molly Taylor Cohn, with distinction. Anna Faith Lane. Beth Iris Langell. Tuan Hung Fook Lee. Brennan Patrick Leahy, with distinction. Griffin Levy. Joshua Keith Lewis, with distinction. Maxim Lewis. Joshua Lee. Chen Chung Philip Lee. Xiao Li. Xin Li. Nicholas Norris Liberty. Megan Summer Little. Katya Alexis Lord. Morgan McKay. Hua Pat Lung. Blake Alexander McIsaac. Jordan Scott McMillan. Mai Vu Tui Ling, with distinction. Martina Mala, with distinction. Elise Kathleen Malicki, with distinction. Jachi Mao, Alicia Jordan Malt, Loren Elizabeth Mannix, with distinction. Samuel Timothy Marriott, Maureen Martin, with distinction. Natalie Elizabeth Martin, Noah Mascal Gomes, Meg Elizabeth Ann Maxner, with distinction. Tyler Duncan McCready, Scott Michael Mewett, Jackson Robert Miller, with distinction. Cole Frazier Parker Mitchell, Fatima Imani Mohammed Fahmy, with distinction. Laura Elizabeth Moore, with distinction. Leonae Notori Morton Richardson, with distinction and the University Medal in Commerce. Bella Catherine Muha, Alexander Dominic Muzzo, Keelan Hannah Nash, with distinction. Shannon Sarah Neal, with distinction. Ni Nu Nok Nguyen, Mickey Hua Nguyen, with distinction. Xin Tao Nguyen, with distinction. Gabrielle Sophie Nordike, with distinction. Alexander Patterson Oland, Laura Isabel Patricia Palmer, with distinction. Jake Garrett Perron, Liam Robert Parsons, Kyle Sherman Patterson, with distinction. Hang Titu Pham, Katie Jane Pizzell, Alicia Rose Price, Taylor Stephen Prokopek, Shafiul Hassan Rafi, Ethan Andrew Ramchuk Young, with distinction. Ellis Scott Reed, with distinction. Taylor Marie Reed, Zachary Tyler Richards, Hannah Mackenzie Richmond, Isabella Rivadeneira Reyes, with distinction. Jacob Roisman. Sophia Madeline Rose Schuker. Nicholas John Ross. Basil Ali Salaimeh. James William Ferguson Sala, with distinction. Marley Sands. Elizabeth Yvonne Schmidt, with distinction. Cole Ryan Schledowitz. Jonah William Schwab. Jaden Alexander Scott, with distinction. Shrina Prameshkumar Shah. Gregory Joseph Shannon, with distinction. Shao Shuqing. Sarah Claire Shapiro. Rifa Shenaz. Shenyang Shen. Carmen John Sims. Caitlin Paige Sims. Amrit Pal Singh, with distinction. Claire Smith, with distinction. Paige Veronica Smithson, with distinction. Thomas Xavier Sorrell. Haley Rena Springer. Justin Malcolm Gordon Stellick. Bradley Hunter Stewart. Kate Marie Stewart. William Brownlee Stone. Zara Amelie Straker, with distinction. Emma Yerda Uting Sandlev, with distinction. Sydney Lynn Thompson. Ellen Veronica Tobin. Jackson William Torrance. V. Nok Kan Chan, with distinction. Chase Alexander Chemoshevics. Ian Tobias Vanderspool. Graham Timothy Van Halteren. Cassidy Brooke Van Preet, with distinction. Connor Keith Vino, with distinction. Alyssa Vigarolo. Justin Lee Y. Singh. Madeline Elizabeth Wales. Shihan Wang, with distinction. Kaylee Alexa Dawn White, with distinction. Colin Fowler White. Benjamin Edward Wild. Taylor Sophia Williamson. Natalie Marie Woodcock, with distinction. Kennedy Jane Wolcott. Ethan Hudson Davidson Yakimchik, with distinction. Sinyu Yan. Ningfei Yang, with distinction. Gulizar Yüksel, with distinction. Naren Zaman. Sari Ihab Zawaide. Ri Zhang. Hannah Kathleen Zimmerman, with distinction. Yuhan Zhang. distinction. Chancellor Southwell, this concludes the presentation of candidates for the Bachelor of Commerce Cooperative.
Graduates, I'm sure you're aware that you did not arrive at this momentous moment on your own, so I'd like you to now please rise and thank all your family, friends, and faculty and staff who supported you. Please be seated. I now invite Dean Smith to introduce our convocation speaker.
Thank you, graduates, for that show of appreciation to the people who've been so supportive to you throughout your journey here, and thank you to all of you for supporting these students during their time at Dalhousie. If you'll indulge me for a moment while someone has foolishly given me access to a mic, I'll just say that I'm so delighted to see all of you here this morning, graduates. First, because I'm sincerely, deeply, unfathomably proud of what you've accomplished during your time here, and so excited to see what's next for you. And second, because I know full well that during your entire time at Dalhousie, none of you ever willingly chose an 8:30 a.m. class. And so a 9 a.m. convocation with an 8 a.m. arrival is surely a minor act of cruelty. And the fact that you're here I deeply appreciate it. Folks, earlier this year, we announced Dr. Frederick King would be receiving the A. Gordon Archibald Award for Teaching Excellence. With this award comes the honor, or perhaps another minor act of cruelty, of being invited to address Convocation. Fred's been with the faculty since 2018, and while his 2024 book, Queer Books of the Late Victorian Print Culture, never made it to the reading list in any of your BCom courses, his research into the rich history of media circulation informs his teaching about contemporary media technologies and communicating with diverse audiences effectively and persuasively. His work is part of our efforts to ensure that 12 months after BCom co-op students arrive at Dal, they're equipped to compete in a job market for their very first co-op work term. Here's how his students describe him, since I should probably talk less. Dr. King is not just a professor, he's an advocate for his students' success, and his passion for teaching is evident every time you walk into his classroom or lecture hall. Dr. King did not just help me with my goals, he prepared all his students for the future, constantly adapting his teaching styles and curriculum to the changing technological environment. And from a third student, in a world where we always hear the negative, Dr. King influences his students to see the positives and to take everything as a learning experience. I feel as though Dr. King is one of the professors that has had a profound impact for any student that he interacts with. Dr. King, no pressure at all as you take the lectern, but it's my great pleasure to invite you to deliver the 2025 Spring Convocation Address.
Congratulations on completing your undergraduate degree in commerce. The Commerce Co-op program is a challenging degree with an intense emphasis on career development, work-integrated learning, and building professional relationships for careers that are not only intensely competitive, but undergoing significant change. Generative artificial intelligence is eliminating many entry-level positions, economic uncertainty from increased geopolitical instability, and the existential threat of climate change add a heavy weight to this moment for all of you. It's a lot. Some days it's too much. No single individual will fix these global problems, but such pressures put so many of us into states of anxiety, frozen with fear, or cynically apathetic in the face of impossibility. However, you are not the first generation to face such challenges. Humans bring ourselves to the brink of destruction with surprising regularity. Just ask anyone who lived through the 20th century. Your degree actually illustrates not just how to survive, but thrive within this impossible uncertainty that awaits you. The years spent in your undergraduate degree have a value beyond the piece of paper in your hands right now. That paper represents a collection of ideas, thoughts, solved problems, collaborations, failures, and successes. Those experiences came from moments in time that form the basis upon which you will live, learn, and change for the rest of your life. I learned this idea from my own studies reading a book called Studies in the History of the Renaissance, also not on the reading list, published in 1873 by Walter Pater. In it, he explores the word Renaissance, commonly used to refer to a period of time when early modern Europeans rediscovered classical knowledge and ideas from ancient Greece and the Roman Empire. For Pater, Renaissance is reimagined as a practice for the expression of passion that emerges when the study of history and culture is placed into direct conversation with the individual student's own interiority. To quote him, "The service of philosophy, of speculative culture towards the human spirit," Pater writes, "is to rouse, to startle it to a life of constant and eager observation. Every moment, some mood or passion or insight or intellectual excitement is irresistibly real and attractive to us for that moment only." Pater tells us to seek out these moments and to enjoy understanding how their content is informed by what we've learned, by our emotions, our desires, and our histories. Pater argues that we should seek out ways to reflect and prolong these experiences through passion, that we should, quote, "burn always with this hard gem-like flame." That, to maintain this ecstasy, is success in life. Passion frightened Pater's colleagues and critics in 1873, but it inspired his students to think creatively and change the world. Once you nurture your passions, it's important to then share them with others and become part of something bigger than yourself. I've been reading Neil Thies on complexity theory lately, probably not on your list. It's a study of how complex systems manifest in the world with a focus on patterns of interactions, open-ended, evolving, unpredictable, yet adaptive and self-sustaining, where the distinguishing feature of every interaction is that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Some of my colleagues study this theory in relation to leadership, but it's also a way to think about how you navigate the world around you as an individual to create opportunities and build your life within society's larger collectives. To be part of something bigger than yourself means tackling problems together. This could be in your work as an employee, in your research as a future academic, as a consultant entrepreneur, or in your community as part of a group action. It does not have to be your career, but your contribution via community service or parenthood, or maybe through sustainable farming or as a social media influencer with a global audience. All of these things are opportunities to share your passion, but pay careful attention to the tension between your individual passions and collective contributions. It's a complex duality and needs time and reflection to be lived. It requires a commitment to change. To return to Walter Pater, he says that our failure as people is to form habits. In other words, to turn our lives into routines. Instead, what we have to do is to be forever curiously testing new opinions and courting new impressions, never acquiescing in a facile orthodoxy of some philosopher or tech guru or even of our own. You've completed undergraduate learning today, but your process of learning has only begun. The next stage of life is about challenging everything you learned here to discover new ideas, new ways of looking at the world, and to continue the process of change that forms individual outlooks. University offers only a taste of knowledge, a bite of the apple. There's so much more to learn and discover. No education or training or philosophy or data set is sufficient to fill your life with everything you need. All university learning is about training your mind to think creatively, to research and understand ideas that came before you, to explore how others think, not to mimic or regurgitate their work, but to inform your path of discovering new and ever-changing ideas. Think about why you think the way you think. Consider where those ideas come from, question them, and seek new ways of thinking, and then find passion in that process. Then share those ideas with others. Use your passion for learning and creative ideas to influence positive change in the projects that present themselves to you in your career, in your communities, and your growing network. Individuality gives you your passions and your specific learning path. Collectivity or community gives your passions an opportunity to contribute to something greater than yourself. It's an intellectual discourse, but it's also just living a thoughtful and engaged life. That paper in your hands is proof that you are someone with passions, with the ability to learn new things, and with the drive to contribute your knowledge and passion to collective actions that can change the world. So, when faced with the terrible end days rhetoric of our current zeitgeist, just remember, you have something to contribute. You have value both as a thinking individual and as a part of something bigger than yourself. The key is to remember that every day offers you new moments that are worthy of passion and to live those moments to the fullest. Continue thinking and make profound changes in small but beautiful ways. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Dr. King. Very insightful, even for those of us on the stage. Thank you. Graduates, today you were led into the ceremony and will be led out by our beadle, who is carrying the New Dawn staff of peace and belonging, place and belonging, pardon me. This staff is more than a ceremonial symbol. It embodies Dalhousie's diverse and inclusive community. Crafted with materials, textures, and symbols, reflecting the richness and diversity of individuals just like you. Graduates who have shaped our campus and who now join a global network of more than 160,000 Dalhousie alumni. The formal business of Convocation is over. We invite you to remain seated as the stage party exits. Thank you and congratulations.
Give me the manage, don't daddy old no thing. Nigga much good, my we done it. Give me the manage, don't what a big soul thing. Nigga much good. Abahon madultinet, abahon madultinet, dan gisuk eliga haluk sigu ulau si amo we aheu we yo we ha ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya we yo he Nigamachtud Mawidanage. Give me dead emanage. Don't what a big soul did. Nigamachtud Abahon Madultinage. Abahon Madultinage. Dan gisuk teligaluk sigu ulau sit amo we ya heu we yo we ha yo yo we yo he yo he ha ya we 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 yo he ha ya he yo we yo we ha ya ya we yo he yo he ha ya we 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 yo he ha ya he yo get me dead and bandage down Delio no king nigga much stood Maui damage get me dead and bandage down where the back soul king nigga much stood abahon madultinage abahon madultinage dan gisuk teligaluk sigu ulau sit amo we ya heu we yo we ha ya ya we yo he yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya ya we yo he ha ya he yo we yo we ha ya ya we yo he yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya ya we yo he ha ya he yo give me dead emanage down Delio no ting nigga much stood Maui danage give me dead emanage down where the big soul till nigga much stood abahon madultinage abahon madultinage dan gisul teligaluk sigu ulau sit amo we ya heu we yo we ha ya ya we yo he yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya ya we yo he ha ya he yo we yo we ha ya ya we yo he yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha